I am a coach. I am a coach. It's taken me a while to get to that point to where I can say that, because once I resigned, I felt like I wasn't a coach anymore. But something that I realized is that we are coaches. It's not what we do, it's who we are. It's something, a gift that God has given us, the ability to coach kids. But what is being a coach? I looked up the definition of coach, and all it says for a coach is a person who is in charge of an athletic team. But I know that it's more to being a coach than that, right? It's more to being a coach than that. Then I saw another definition of coach it's a mode of transportation. So a coach can get a person from one place to their destination. And I said, that sounds more true to what we do as coaches. We take an athlete from where they are to where they want to be. And even sometimes when they don't want to be there, we get them where they need to be, where they can be. And that's why I say we are more than just coaches. We do more than that. How many of you guys have heard of art therapy before? Art therapy, yes? I think there's something called sports therapy. All sports for these kids are a form of therapy. It's a way that people can heal from trauma that they've experienced in life. And we're going to talk about sudden cardiac arrest today, but we're also going to talk about that healing power of athletics and that power that you have as a coach to be more than just a coach, more than what's on your job description, to be more for that kid. I've always been a positive person. I've always been a person who told kids that they could make it through anything. They could make it through anything that they encountered in life if they had faith and if they fought hard for it. And I was ready to give up. I was ready to stop fighting. I honestly was. I questioned what was the point? I spent so much time coaching and helping other people's kids get to their destination, and now my son has been taken. And it didn't add up, and it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me. And I didn't think I could make it. I didn't, but I looked around and I saw other people who had lost their children and were still here. And they made it. And I remember one night I was praying and I just said, God, if I'm going to have to keep living, then I'm going to live with purpose. I'm going to live with purpose, the purpose that you see fit for me, because you kept me here for a reason. And whatever you've done, I know that you have your reasons, and I needed to stop asking why. I stopped asking why, and I asked God, what? Not why did you do this to me, because no answers were coming. What do you want me to do now? What do I do with this pain that you have given me? And he told me to get up. You said you want to do good for other people. You said that was your purpose. So what makes you think your purpose changes because a hardship came your way? If that was truly my purpose then my purpose didn't change. I have changed. The person I am has changed. I am not who you knew. I am not. But that's not always a bad thing. I am evolved. I am different. I have a clearer understanding of things. Tomorrow is not promised, and these kids need us. And the healing power of sports helped my own son. As a coach, there's things that I wanted to do for my son who is still living, and I couldn't help him. I couldn't put that smile back on his face that he had when his brother was here. And you know where he found his smile again? On the football field. I saw the joy in my son's face. The joy. Not a fake smile, because for months I've been smiling and I just finally found my real smile again. And I say, if you ever want to know somebody's truly smiling, look in their eyes. Because this can lie, but the eyes don't lie. And my eyes were vacant. But I found my smile again. And my son found his joy again. And it's through the power of coaching. That's why you're more than a coach. You are a therapist. You are a counselor. You are a parent. You are everything to these kids. These kids are crying out. They need us. They need us to share what God has put in us. The light that God put in us is not for us to keep. Some of us get it mixed up, and we want to be seen. We shine our light so that we can be seen. Look at me. Oh, I'm going to say something smart, or I'm going to win this championship. But it's not about that. What are you depositing in the kids that you are working with? How are you sharing your light? Because guess what, y'all? Sharing my light helped save me. Because in those days where I wanted to give up, you know who was saying things to me that resonated? Take a guess. My athletes that have graduated, the ones that I've worked with and that have had time for the lessons that I've deposited in them to marinate, they're the ones that came back and said, no, coach, no, we need you. You changed my life. And they would say things back. Remember when I was struggling with my homelessness situation and you told me that I could make it? Remember when I told you about what was going on at home with my parents? You told me I could make it. Coach, you can make it. And I looked and I said, hey, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. If you can say all of these things and you can say you want to do good for others in God's name when times are going good, anybody can do that. Anybody can do good for other people when times are going good. But who can do it when times are going bad? Who can do it when you've been rocked down to your knees? When you want nothing more than for your breath to be taken away. But you got to get up. If you're a coach, if you're a person that's here to help other people and to lead and guide and illuminate the path to greatness for others, that doesn't stop because some hardship came your way. So these kids need us. They need us. It really is interesting, the fact that we have this light in us that we are supposed to share. And sometimes that light, when we feel like our light is gone, that light is coming back at us from the outside, right? So just because you don't see the light doesn't mean it's not there. Your light that's in you, regardless of what you're going through, is still there for you. And the sun shines in the daytime. It has a purpose. And at night, the moon is illuminated. But the moon does not produce its own light. The moon reflects the light of the sun even when you don't see the sunlight shining. And that's us as coaches. These children, these youth that we coach, they reflect our light. They reflect our light, what you put in them. That's how those kids were able to come back and tell me the exact same things that I said to them that helped them through their situations. They came back and helped me through my situation with those words. Change lives, to help kids know that they have more for them in their future than they ever could have imagined, and their past does not dictate their future. Their family history does not dictate their future. But together, we can make a difference. Together, we can continue to use the healing power of sports to make kids understand who they can be, what they can be, to go out there and accomplish more. And one day they can be the ones saving someone else, sharing the light that you've imparted into them. The impact that you have, like anybody can say that they want to leave a legacy. Everybody says, I want to leave a legacy. The challenge to you today and every day is to live your legacy. We cannot leave what we do not live. Live the legacy, and the legacy will live after you. Something that came to me after my son passed, and I said, you know what, legacy is not measured by the years that we live. It's measured by the lives that we touch. Touch lives, save lives, change lives, live a legacy. Thank you guys so much.